Everybody's talking about how wild the crowd in France was for Backlash, but everybody fails to mention this is the first time the WWE has been in France. The WWE touring schedule in the US, they hit the same place multiple times a year, so you're not gonna get the die-hard crazy fans for every single show. However, in France, this is the first time, and as far as they know, the only time that WWE is gonna be there. So it's gonna be all the die-hard fans, and everybody's gonna make as much noise as they can because they want WWE to come back. So no, they're not putting the US audience to shame. WWE's just been there for the first time, and if WWE keep going back, the crowd will get quieter and quieter. It's the law of diminishing returns. You keep doing the same thing over and over, people will eventually get sick of it. This is why WWE is exploring doing pay-per-views in other countries in the first place, because everybody in the US has already been to multiple WWE shows over and over and over, so they're not going to really be super excited for a pay-per-view. Meanwhile, France and Puerto Rico and Australia, places that never had or hasn't had a pay-per-view in a long time, they're gonna be wild because this is a brand new experience for them. Before Raw, CM Punk was trapped inside a WWE headquarters. He was posting stories to his IG for hours. He stated in his Instagram stories that he had a meeting at WWE headquarters, went to change out of his suit, and when he came back out, everyone was gone, and he was trapped inside. So he's literally just walking around WWE headquarters, slapping the Andre the Giant statue in the nuts. Don't ask me why. CM Punk must have the worst luck in the world. Fightful is reporting that Drew McIntyre is actually injured with a fractured elbow. This is why he was pulled from the King of the Ring tournament. Unless you live under a rock, you probably know that Kendrick Lamar and Drake are beefing, and Kendrick Lamar actually mentioned Sweet Chin music in one of his verses. Shawn Michaels got wind of this, and this is definitely not going to happen, but he invited Drake and Kendrick Lamar to NXT to settle their differences. I would love to see it, but there is no way that they're going to show up on NXT. WWE don't have enough money for that. Fightful is reporting that NXT announcer Alicia Taylor will be the ringside announcer for SmackDown, and Samantha Irving will stay on Raw. This is a history-making moment, the first time we have two black women as announcers for Raw and SmackDown. Incredible. This week's Raw was borderline a pay-per-view, but let me talk about the match of the night. The main event, Sheamus versus Gunther to see who advances in the King of the Ring tournament. No joke, Sheamus seems like a masochist who just gets his rocks off from getting his ass kicked. And ain't no kink shaming around here. If that's what gets you off, you do your thing, bro. But there is no way I'm taking chops from Gunther until I'm borderline bleeding. There's gonna have to be some consequences for that. This match was brutal. The chop to the back of the neck was wild. Didn't he just come back from neck surgery and he taking a hit like that? Don't get me wrong, I love the match. I'm a sucker for big meaty men slapping meat, but this was just way too brutal. If I put myself in their position, it's like, no way. Sheamus wanted his banger and now he got all banged up. And now he's saying there will be no part 4. I don't blame you at all, not even for a split second.